Hello. On behalf of the Northeast Zonal Forum Public Relations Committee and the Southeastern Zonal Forum Public Relations Task Force, I'd like to welcome you to this presentation on technology tools for effective communication. Today, we will discuss some of the technology-related tools that NA service bodies can use for effective communication. The tools we'll be touching on are email, Facebook, Slack, Zoom, and WhatsApp, with a brief mention of a few others. This will be an overview to provide some basic understanding of the capabilities of these tools and not a deep dive into any one specifically. The first on our list is email. Email has been around for almost 30 years and is a tried and true technology. Many people are familiar with email as it is a primary means of communication in business and education. There are a couple of options to mention about using email, though, that can increase effectiveness. One option is the use of distribution groups. A distribution group, or listserv if you've ever heard that term, is an application that distributes messages to subscribers on an electronic mailing list. NAWS, or NA World Services, has various distribution lists. The Just for Today mailing is an example of one of those. Another option is the use of centralized mailboxes. By this, I mean using a mailbox that either comes with your website hosting or creating generic email addresses with a free email service such as Gmail, Yahoo, etc. This helps with service continuity when members rotate out of commitments. For example, an area secretary can use an area email account to distribute minutes and other area announcements, as well as keep a centralized address list of all interested members. When a new secretary gets elected, the password can be changed, and then the new secretary will have access to all previous emails, as well as that same address list for emailing information out. And for those interested members, the emails continue to come from the same area email account. Next on our list is Facebook, and as with email, there are a couple of different options for effectively communicating within service bodies. The first option I want to discuss is Facebook groups. Facebook groups have become a very common way for NA members to communicate these days. Groups can be configured to be private or public, with private being the preferred method for NA communication. With a private group, only members of the group can see posts in the group or who the other members are. Conversations are somewhat threaded, as users can reply to a single post. If someone needs to discuss a different subject, they just create a new post that people can then reply to. Also, files and images can be shared in groups, and accessing groups on mobile devices is very easy. Messenger is another option, and although used mainly for one-to-one chat, there is the ability to create a group with Messenger as well. This may not be a great option for regular communication between a lot of committee members, but it is worth a mention. Slack is one of the newer communication tools. It's sort of a cross between old-fashioned chat rooms and a discussion board. Each Slack community uses a shared workspace, and in each workspace are channels that are organized by topic. For example, if a regional service committee were to create a Slack workspace, there might be channels for the administrative body, the hospitals and institutions committee, the public relations committee, etc. Channels can be public or private. Direct messaging allows private conversations that won't create clutter in the workspace, and there's even integrated audio calling. Finally, integrations of third-party applications such as Zoom, Google Drive, and others can increase effectiveness and productivity. Speaking of Zoom, by now, most of us know what Zoom is, the video conferencing tool that quickly became the standard for virtual NA meetings. It is also heavily used for service committee meetings as well. However, Zoom isn't a great tool for asynchronous communication, that is, communication where you don't expect immediate responses. although there is a chat tool function in the Zoom client. One of the pluses to Zoom is its low technical barrier of entry, as we've seen here in 2020 with the huge uptake of Zoom for virtual meetings. As opposed to some of the other tools, Zoom allows our members to see each other. There's also a lot of tutorial videos available, as well as a lot of experience within the fellowship now. On the downside, it's not really used for much more than meetings. Last on our list is WhatsApp, a text and voice messaging app. It's similar to text messaging or SMS and phone calls. The strength of WhatsApp is its use internationally by many NA members, thus allowing for good collaborative communications with members in other time zones. You can set up groups in WhatsApp, and members can join via a link or QR code invite. Like many other applications, however, WhatsApp is sort of a walled garden in that you can only communicate to other WhatsApp users. I do want to take a moment to mention a few other applications that we know are being used in NA service. Unfortunately, at this time the video is created, we didn't have enough experience with these others to do more than just mention them. Discord is a group chatting platform that uses text and audio communications. HubSpot is a CRM or customer relationship management tool. Trello and Basecamp are both project management applications. And I'm sure there's even more, but again, this presentation was just meant to be an overview of the more common technology tools that are used by NA service bodies for effective communication. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching and have a good day.